Okay, boys and girls, we're going to do some questions and answers with Browser Automation Studio, just some announcements, and then I'm going to start work on some of the scripts I have at hand that should be finished. So you can watch that. I'll be commenting as I go on that good stuff. So yeah, just going to open this. Got a bit of a monster drink going on right now. So at all with it. So let's just see how it goes. So I'm recording the stream, something that you can get back home. Okay, just give it a couple minutes. Yeah, like I said, I'm using Streamlabs first time with it, so I can stream on multiple channels. No idea what I'm doing whatsoever. I'll give it a little bit of a crack. Just getting everything set up for the stream. If you're joining now, just bear with me. Get some of this stuff in here. Stuff in the chat. Stuff. Do. Golf stream, and I need to finish some client projects. So it is just gone 1 a.m, 1:13 a.m. here. So yeah, just getting started. So as I've said multiple times, this is my first time using Streamlabs, so I have no idea what I'm doing at all. So hopefully everything's all good. I have no idea if it's doing its thing properly, but there you go. What was I going to say next? Anyone that donates on the stream today, because I haven't ever used this tip system with Streamlabs, will get the Browser Automation Studio course for absolutely free. It's out on the 8th. If you do donate, please make sure to send me an email or contact me on the Discord group so I know who you are to send out your information, to send you the information to the course. It's mail at thebotempire.com. The link will be in the description for that. Yeah, so let's get going. So let's look at the questions that I've got. Let's get organized here. Damn, I'm disorganized. Going on. Right, so what we've got today, questions have come from the Discord group and via email. Okay, so what have I got? I don't want to use the browser, want fastbot. How do I use non-browser? Okay, that's question one. Guys, all this is related to using the Browser Automation Studio. The link's in the description. It's absolutely free to download. You can make your own bots and software. Is it possible to take over the mouse manually while the script is running? Yes, I'll go over that. How can I send lots of emails with BAS? Okay, we can get into that. How can BAS work with APIs? Yes, I've covered that in a previous stream, and the videos on the YouTube channel, links in the description, but I'll go over it in this. Okay, so I'll answer these questions related to Browser Automation Studio after the announcements. and then I will go on with what I said, working on some scripts. So you can, if you're around, grab yourself a coffee, and even when I'm working on the scripts, I'll be saying out loud what I'm doing and why. So you'll be able to browse Automation Studio. It's a free piece of software, a framework that you can use to create bots and software. Like I said, you can download it for free. Link is in the description. I've got a course on it. I've got loads and loads of videos on YouTube on how to use the software. So it's really good software. You can build the new released on the 8th, it being the 6th here at the moment. So anyone that donates on the stream tonight will get the, and like I said, you get the course, has free scripts about it. It's just make sure I've got this all set up. Like I said, absolutely new to this this whole setup with Streamlabs. So I hope someone's put in, I think it's in Russian. Hi, I'm a bass expert. Nice to have you on the stream, mate. Hope you enjoy the content. Awesome stuff. I want to use HTTP takes up a lot of CPU and RAM, so obviously using HTTP requests is a good option. Just wait for this to load. Damn, it's taking a while tonight. Going on. Wow. Okay. That's not very good. Going to indicate there's a problem of some kind. Yeah, so I go over this in the course, and there's lots of free stuff, videos and content on the channel regarding a lot of RAM and CPU when you're doing your botting. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so let's delete this. Let's go on with the next question, which is it possible to take over the mouse manually while running the script? Yes, it is indeed. You can have you can make a pause in the script, then you can let the script take back over when you're ready. So let's do something. Let's have user interaction. Okay, manual. Go to the botempire.com. Use my own site, like so. And then we could use the manual ting. Use it into action. Manual browser label, which is shown to user. You take over, boss. Take over, boss. Have that, and then once control is given back, then I'm gonna make the bot go to bing.com just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so let's see how that goes in the real world when we hit run. So we hit run. So it's going to my site, to my website. There you go. If we look down here, you take over, boss. Now it's under my control. We can scroll down. I can click the links, etc. And then when I'm on to bing.com, and it's done. And that is how you can input manual control of your scripts. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, let's just get a bit of the old monster drink down me, and then yeah, we can carry on with the next question. Get that energy drink, boy. Okay. So let's go on. What we got next? How can I send a lot of emails with Bass? How can you send a lot of emails? Okay, well, let's record again. Okay, what you could do is... Okay, so actually, let's come out of here. Let's make a resource and call it a list of emails. and then we could lines from file, and then let me just make a, put it in documents and just put new, and then text file, and then this could be email test, and then we could have, just say that these are emails. So what we'd then do is hit the record, put our list of emails in. Email test, okay. And I'm not condoning any mass spamming or anything like that, so I'm just telling you how you can send emails, okay. So don't be naughty. Okay, so what you could then do is, first of all, let's set up the actual email sending. So what you would use is send mail, and then first of all you need to use the SMTP setting. This would be SMTP dot and then your email provider's details. Okay, so what do I mean by that? If you do a search online and you look for, you can type in SM and then Gmail or whatever email address you're using, and then it will come up. So for Gmail it's smtp.gmail.com. okay, so you put that in here. For port you want to use 465 if you're using SSL, which if you're using multiple accounts then you would use a resource, and then you could spin these so that you're using different accounts for a set amount of emails. And then once you're set up, I'm just gonna put a load of junk in here. So once you've got that set up, then you use the send mail, and then you would just put the email address that you want to send from. For mail to the person you want to send to, you would list of emails, but make sure you uncheck the reuse resource, if otherwise the bot is going to send to the same person over and over. Then list of emails, and then the subject line and all this you could fill out and hard code it so it's the same every time, or you could use resources to make sure that they're different every time. Okay, I'm obviously on the stream, I'm not going to build out a full email sender, but that's how you do, that's the settings that you would have. So I'm just going to put, again, a load of junk in here just so it will go through. So that's the basics of what you need, and because you've got more than, if we come out of here, you could do something like this as well. How many emails to send? But this is just one way off the top of my head. I'd say this is how many emails we're going to send out, okay? And then we could just do a simple loop. So just say we're sending out 10. Okay, and what you could do is you could just throw a loop in here, chuck a loop in. You could do 4 each on the list, or you could do a while actually. For the method I was saying, which is not the best way actually, but what you could do is set up a variable. Number of emails sent, and then set it to 0. And then what you could do, this is the simplest way to set up the loop, it's probably not the best way. While number of emails sent is under, and then how many emails to send, then put it in here. Okay, so what's happening here is we're setting up a variable, okay, that's basically acting as a counter, and then we're saying while this counter is under the number that we set on how many emails to send, then do these actions. Don't forget to increase if you're doing it with this method, then make sure that you increase the counter at the end of the loop. Otherwise, it's going to go continuous. So how we'd do that is increase variable, and we'd say number of emails sent increased by 1. And there you go. It's going to loop through until this variable or this counter reaches the number that we set for how many emails to send out. Okay, and that is the basics of how you would set it up. I haven't gone into detail. I think I know who sent that question, so if you need a bit more help, then message me on the Discord channel. This is obviously the basics of what you need. You could use resources if you needed to spin the message, so it's different every time. And of course, like I showed you, uncheck the box to keep using the same resource so that you go through your list of emails and use a unique one every time. Otherwise, it's just going to use the same email every time you go through this loop. Okay then. Nice. So let's get rid of all this. Delete this and lower. Okay, what we got going on next? Can Bass work with APIs? I've covered this in previous videos. Yes, of course. Of course it can. You can make requests and post requests. So you can work with most APIs. Let's just quickly pull something up. Let's get this so you can view it. So here is a free API that you can use. It just generates a fake person and all their details and email and the date of birth and where they live and blah blah blah. All these details. Obviously these are fake details. This is randomuser.me. So if we go to the documentation, you can see how to use it. And all you do is make this call using a GET request with Bass. You can add more options to it, which we're going to do. You can just read through this. You can request a specific gender, just the password. There's so many options to bring back some data. And you can choose the format that it comes back in, okay? So Bass has an option to bring back data in JSON format or CSV. I've not tried it with the CSV, so I'm going to do that just to see how it works out. Bit of experimentation on the stream. So let's get back over here and let's again. So if you're here, then you'd go to HTTP requests, okay, and then you make your GET request, and then in its most basic form, just do a request. It's going to come back in a CSV format. And it's going to go and make that request. Now, if we go and check the HTTP sniffer, we'll see our request here that we made. And then this is what we received. Okay. Now, to make this a bit easier, let's get the content. So when you use get content, it's going to bring back the result information, which is what I just showed you, the response, the sniffer response, but it's going to put it out here. So I'm going to use the content. I'm going to call it saved content. That's fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to log that out to the Bass console, like so. So there you go. So because we brought it back in CSV format, this is all the different fields like gender, name, title, and if we go further along, you can see it brings back the image, the person's name, address, longitude, and all the different things item in the database in Bass now, where you can work with CSV data. Also, I could have brought that information back in JSON format, and Bass has a whole section for JSON here, so I could have brought that data back, split it into its values. JSON format is key and value, and then worked with that data. So the answer is yes, you can work with just about, well, most APIs. It's a pity that you weren't specific in the question about what API you wanted to work with. We could have done a live example there. But yeah, you can work with it. Just make your GET requests. or your post request to the API, and it will bring back the data. You can work in CSV format with it. It just depends on the API, obviously. What most of them work with will bring back JSON format, so you can work with the option here. It's really simple with Bass too. It'll get you all the keys instead of coding it all in. You can just use this, get all the values or get all the keys, and so on. And then once you've got them, you can just pass that information and use it in your program. So yes, you can use APIs. I've done a video as well, a free video on the YouTube channel. Check that out. The link is in the description for that. Yeah, so on APIs, and I think I build out something that does something similar to what we just done. Build out something that brings back a profile, but I think I go into more detail in that video. So go onto the YouTube channel and search APIs, and you'll find the video on there. Righty ho then. All good in the hood. So, that's all the questions that I had in the last 2 days on the Discord channel. So I will leave the questions there. Just going to take some energy drink in, and then I'm going to get on with the next section, which is I'm going to start work on a program. I'll tell you about it in a second. I'm just going to also log what the time is of the stream, so that people watching the replay can check for the timestamps. What are we in now? How long have we been going? So we're going to say 30 minutes mark for that. Okay. 30 minutes. The first one. Okay. Let's get some of that energy drink going. The old monster drink going down a treat. Okay, then let's get rid of all this. Actually, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be starting a new project in a second. Just give me a couple minutes, boys. Just get some of the energy drink, get things set up for the next section. Okay. What's the time now? 1:39. Okay then, so I'm going to start some work now on a bot, believe it or not, that is going to do a lot of things. Now I'm going to include a scraper in this, although I'm only going to use it to contact people that are already on my email list. Sometimes I can't reach them via email. So what this software is going to do, it's going to enable me to contact these people via their contact forms on their websites. So in essence, it's a software that goes to a URL. What I'm going to make it do, in fact, is find the contact page for sites, and then it's going to fill out the contact form, and if there is a CAPTCHA, then it's going to fill out the CAPTCHA as well. I'm going to, just so I can make this into more of an educational, that's what I'm going to start on. I'm probably going to add features as I go. I only thought about this morning. So yeah, editing going on. So actually, I'm not. No, I'm not. What am I doing? Okay, so then we're going to have, it doesn't really matter what the name is, to be fair. So then I'm going to start a new project. This project is totally fresh, it's new, so you can follow along with me. I'm going to explain what I'm thinking in my head as I do this, so you will learn a lot. If you haven't already done so, then you can download Browser Automation Studio that this bot is going to be made in. The whole bot is going to be made in Browser Automation Studio. Browser Automation Studio is absolutely free free. So yeah, get it. It's in the link. I didn't design the framework, by the way. It's not my framework or anything. I just do videos using it. Yeah. If you donate on the stream tonight, this is my first time using Streamlabs. So anyone doing so will get the BAS, the Browser Automation Studio course for absolutely free when it comes out on the 8th. Make sure that you all the good stuff, all the links are in the description. So make sure you contact me via email or the Discord group if you donate, because I need to be able to send you the course. You also get access to the support channel on the Discord group and to the bot vault, which has scripts and all that good stuff in. In fact, I'm probably going to throw this script in there as well. So if this contact form bot is something that interests you, then that's going to be put in the vault as well when it's done and dusted. So yeah. Okay. So what am I doing? What am I doing? New project. So let's go and find. Goodness, my head's all over the place. Okay, so projects, so the mod empire, and then form empire, and then we'll just call this, believe it or not, form empire. Wow. Okay, we have a blank canvas. So I get asked this question a lot. How do you plan your bots out? It just depends. If it's my own project, it's a small project, then I just open Notepad. Nothing fancy, just put a few notes down, what I want to include, and because I've got experience with BAS, Browser Automation Studio, then that's enough for me. As you gain experience yourself, that's something you'll be able to do. Now, if it's a client project or it's a major project, okay, then I will open a Trello board. I will take more serious notes. I will do a lot more planning. But generally speaking, if it's something small, it's just making sure that I have everything clear in my head. So that means that I just open Notepad that comes with Windows and just take a few notes to make sure I'm going in the direction that I want to go. So you are going to see the whole process from what I think. It's all going to come out. You're going to see the inside of my mind. All the way through to building the bot out. So yeah, let's get that going. Notepad. I've already got it open another window. New. Let's get this over here, shall we? Yeah. Okay, so what's this bot gonna do, hey? Well, number one, it's going to scrape URLs from initially Bing. The reason being, obviously you can do it with Google, but with Google, if you want to scrape en masse, then you're going to come up with some issues with proxies and all this kind of thing. With Bing, they're a lot more lenient on how many requests you can make. So I'm going to build this out in Bing. I'm going to, build the scraper out in Bing. Am I? Yes. But then I probably will extend it onto Google. It just takes a bit more work. Okay, and yeah, so start off with Bing. With footprints. So what footprints are? They're footprints. Okay, so let's open up. So it doesn't matter on the actual should I do it directly on Bing or Yahoo? Or well, as we're going to be using Bing. Why am I moving the window over here? Right, you can do like, for example, plumbers in UK. Why can't I think straight? And then you can have in URL, and then you could put contact. So this is just like a shortcut or a way to bring back, make sure that the page has a contact page. It would do that if I spell everything correctly. Okay, so you can see that these, if we click on them. Wow, come on, so slow. What should happen, what should happen is that what comes back in URL contact. Oh, that's strange. Why isn't it in URL? Yeah. Does it not work on big anymore? Let's have a look. Contact us, yes. What it should do is bring back any results that have. Am I doing this right? Am I using the right dork? I think so. Why you not work? Let's just. Interesting. Yeah, so it's what. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna probably build this out just in Google then, because it works fine with Google. Right. So plumbers in London in URL 2 dots contact. You'll see that everything that comes back is the contact page, and if there's going to be a contact form, that's the most likely spot that it's going to be in. Now you can extend on this too. It's been a long time since I've done this. If I put it in quotations, is it quotations or star? Name, email. By putting things in brackets, it means it has to include. So normally that will bring back anything that has a contact form as well. Just check a couple of these. Is obviously it's not guaranteed that that's going to be the case, but yeah, there you go. See. Okay. So by using what is also called Google Docs or footprints, we can we can put in certain keywords with the extras in, like in URL, and then all that good stuff that you just saw. Like, not like this. I don't know why it's not working in Bing. Maybe they don't use that anymore. Who knows? That seems to be the case. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to just build it out in Google straight away. Seems to be that's the way. Okay. Right, so from Google. Okay. So we're going to insert a list of URLs via a text form, and then it's going to go to each one of them, and then it's going to scrape the URLs that are there. Okay, and then that's going to be one module, so that's going to be the scraper. Okay, the second part is then go to each URL and fill out the form plus fill out reCAPTCHA, spelled wrong, lovely. Grab social social media info plus email address. Okay, so the first part of the software is going to scrape URLs from Google with the fingerprints, and then the second part is going to go to each of the URLs. It's going to fill out the form. It's going to do the CAPTCHA if there is one. It's going to grab the social media details if they're on the page, plus the email address if it's present. What are we going to need? What do we need? Not a lot, really. Not a lot. This initially mainly so we can see what's going on, and so this is also teaching you some stuff. This is going to be browser based. Cut stuff out of the browser. A browser. So that means cut out images and anything that's not needed. So RAM and CPU. Yeah, so we can run more Windows. Always a good thing. It's going to be browser based, but again, I might extend that chain. Have another module that's just HTTP request as well. Let's see how we go. Okay, so that's all good. So what else are we going to need? Proxy support. Okay, yeah. Proxy support. Do I need proxy support? Yes. I think we're going to include... Yeah, we are going to need it. If we're certainly for the scraper. Yeah, we're going to need it for the scraper because we've got two options really. We could just scrape but very slowly, or if we use proxies, we can do it fast. So we're going to have an option for that. Apart from that, we need API for caps, for recaptures, so we don't have to fill them out manually because that would be a pain in the bum. I think that's about it. That's the nature of the program. It's going to have a database because we're going to try and capture the social media details and the email address. So we want to keep that somewhere. We could do it just in a text file, but have it in a nice little database so that we can then download the information. Why not? Okay. Yeah, I think that's about it. Is there anything else? Nah, I think that's it. Okay. Another sip of the old energy drink, I think. And then I'm going to start building this bad boy out. I'm going to start building it. I'm going to tell you what's my thought process as I do it so that hopefully people watching this will be able to learn something. That's the idea behind this, of course. Yeah. Just to say also, this is for educational purposes and to contact only people that you have permission to contact if you use this script. If anyone that donates on the stream will get access to this, because if you donate, you get access to the new course. It is out on the 8th. You will also get access to the thing. Yeah, the bot vault that has scripts and all that kind of thing that you can use, and you get access to the support forum on channel on the Discord group. All the links are in the description, guys. All good in the hood. Rightio then. Okay, sip of this. Tasty. Rightio. Just going to make sure too that this feed looks correct on YouTube. This is my first time using Streamlab, guys, so I've got no idea if this is all working correctly. Oh, I can hear my own voice. Yeah, I think this is going out all right. I like that. I like that. Okay, good. Checking all the technical stuff. Sorry about that, guys. As I say, first time using this Streamlabs business. So hopefully everything is going out correctly. Who knows? Okay, right. Sip on this. Okay. So let's clear all this. Why is that still there when it's a new project? Hey, why? Why? Okay, so I'm gonna start with the scraper. For the scraper. So I'm going to have a resource list of keywords. That is going to be a list. Only read. Use once. Finish up there. Okay. So we've got that. Let's have list of proxies. Mine's from file. Okay. So let me think this through. So it's going to go to each one of these. They're on the list of keywords, and then we're going to scrape the URLs. So what should we have? Let's have a database with two different things. Things. Oh my god. Tables. That's it. That was the word I was searching for. Two different tables. Rightio. So let's make table one, and let's call it scraped URLs. And in English, that is scraped URLs. And then column, very simple. Oh, should we have keyword it was scraped from and the URL, or just the URL? Keep it simple. Just the yeah, just URL. Okay, save. Save. Okay. Do you know what? I'm just thinking about this. What I'd really like to do as well is, I'd like to check each site that it goes to and check their title to make sure that it's actually I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a keyword used. So what I'd like to do is have the keyword used, and then when it goes to the site, grab like the main focus keyword, like if, okay, let me think this through. Use keyword, should I have that? Keyword used, okay. I want to make that first, so let's bunk that up. Now save, hit save. Hit reset. Where you go over there? What's your problem? Okay. Don't need this up now either. Bit of the old drink. Rightio then. So, Mr. Proxies, keyword. Haven't finished with this database malarkey yet. A table. So once it goes there, yeah, site scraped from. Just site. I do need a third part to this bot as well. Like I need to have what message and everything is going to be sent. So I'm going to have that as a kind of form. Anyway, I'm thinking ahead. So site. Okay. This is the name of it. Data. What am I doing? Okay. This is what happens at 2 a.m. Okay. A table. So site meaning the site that it was on. And then what detail? Email. So if it's found an email on the actual page. I think BAS is just included in the working with text section, being able to grab email directly with one little code box. So we're going to work with that. So email, like, I need to limit the social media. I'm going to be like Facebook, 'cause that's something. What I eventually want this to do, guys, is be able to automatically message them on their social media as well. Always a step further. Okay, so Facebook. Okay. Um, Let me think. That'll do. I'm only going to grow if they've got Facebook for now. Email, Facebook, and then should I have another component that checks if they've got a form on as well? Let's go back to the old. Let's go back to the lab. Let's have a look. So go to each URL. Could add a non-browser part, so it just quickly goes to the site and checks that it does have a form and if it has a capture or not on the page. So this is going to be changed. This is the problem when you start making a bot. It's like you have this idea in your head about what should be included and what you want to do, and suddenly you're like, wouldn't it be good if you could include this? Maybe I should add this, and suddenly the bot that should take a few hours takes a few days because you're like, it'd be good if it could do this and that. Uh, that's the thing. So scrape URLs. Oh. Yeah, so scrape URLs. Check the URL as a form. And if it has cap, when I put cap, I just mean capture. Okay. Fingerprints. Okay, so what does that mean for us? Scrape URLs. As form. As form. Let's put it in this database. As capture. So that's going to be a separate module that we're going to build on here, but it's going to, this will all become clear as we build it. Let's see. Okay, so there, and then was submitted. So lazy, copy and paste. Okay, okay. When you make changes to the database, you have to always restart for it to take effect. So there we go. We've got the basics of a database now. It's probably going to be changed a bit as we go around, but that's okay. That is okay. So the first section is going to be the scraper. So what I'm gonna do now is come up here and yeah, I've got the idea now. projects, the bot empire, form empire. Let's just have a new keywords, and then in here I'm just gonna put plumbers in London in URL contact. Why can't I think of any other niche while I'm doing this instead of plumbers? What the hell? Yeah, locksmith London in URL contact, and then it's just a test or just to help us progress with the bot. So that's our list of keywords, and as contacting, it's all good. Yep. Okay. Righty ho, so let's hit record. List of keywords. I'm not worried about the whole proxy setup yet, one step at a time. It normally shows up here with my latest folder that I'm working with. Obviously, when I'm live, it's not gonna. Great. Okay, thanks a lot, computer. So let's do my head. Jeez. Right. No need to sort out the proxies yet. Right then. Okay. I'm just going to check this stream again. A bit paranoid because it's my first time this Streamlabs nonsense. Is it running? Yeah, all good. All good in the hood. Right. So, we are going to... Gotta be careful with Google. Gotta be careful because of the whole... I know we're going to use proxies. I could use the fingerprinting as well. So we'll just start off... We'll just get the basics going. And then we'll start adding layers of detail as we go. Always a good way to do things. So load good old google.com. Hurry up, mate. Hurry up. Okay. So just make this bigger so you can see. Then I'm gonna type into here. I'm gonna change this so it's a random type speed later on. Okay. But for now, what am I gonna type? I'm going to type. Gonna uncheck this so it doesn't use the same keyword over and over, and then it's our resource list of proxies. No, it's not list of keywords even. So, in case there's a failure, I'm not going to let it wait forever. Yeah, okay. Here you go. Going to see it type in our first keyword, plumbers in London. In URL, contact. And then I'm going to I could just make it click on the search button. But what I'm going to do is just type enter, which does the same thing. Yes. Just make sure it's come up with ones that has the contact. Lovely, lovely. So there's lots of ways that we could do this to grab these URLs. Okay. I'm going to use the loop function so that we learn something in this video as well. We could use regex. We could use XPath to do this. But I'm going to use the loop, which basically, well, you'll see. So let's just take one that we want to grab. So I'm going to grab this because after I've grabbed these, then I can grab the link that's underneath it. That should work out that way anyway. Start loop. These are always fun. So I've put start loop, and as you can see, it's telling me what do I want to grab. So what about all the H3 tags? So let's see, they're highlighted. So it's not the ads, which is great. Oh, I'm loving this. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. That's just come out perfect. So it's grabbing anything that's got a H3 tag, which are these. And you're probably thinking, oh, but you want the actual links. But once we start the loop, it just means to focus on each one of these. And then once we've got focus on each one, then we can grab certain things like the text or the link. Now, hopefully, we'll be able to grab the link behind this. Let's just see how it works out. We might have to adjust this. We start our loop. Okay. Now, let's come here. Don't need to see what number of loop repetition we're on. I don't need to log out the element that we're on. But I do, for each one of these, want to grab the link. So just click on one of them at random and then get link URL with inside the loop and call it link URL. That makes sense. Don't fail if you can't find one. 5 seconds is enough for you to do your business. And what I'm going to do to check that this is working is that I'm going to come to the tools, log, and then what do I want to log out? Well, the link URL. So let's just see if we get anything back. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not actually. It's bringing back the URL, so that's fine, but it's not actually bringing back particularly the page that's the contact page. Okay. Oh, why did I just press stop? Okay, let's hit record again. That's got to be another excuse for a swig of the old Monster energy drink. They don't sponsor this video, by the way. They're really expensive here in the Philippines. Back home, they're more expensive here than what they are in the Philippines, I guess, because they're an import. Righty-ho. So let's load Google again. Plumber's in London. Okay, now I'm gonna this is no good. No. Delete this. Okay, what I think I need to grab is this, and I don't care if it grabs the add ones as well, because we can do some work with the actual what it grabs after it grabs everyone from the page, which it'll be more clear shortly what I mean by that. So all these divs. Oh, it's got, yeah, no. Nope, that's not good. Okay, that would be correct on this page, but not on all the other pages, because it's okay. Can't really use a match either. Unless... $28. It's going to be no good, is it? Well, it's actually grabbing them, but what else is it grabbing? Because there's... Right, why is it saying 28? Should be only 10. Okay, let's see. I'm just curious to see what happens. Okay, let's set that up. Let's get rid of these. And then I'm going to Click on one, and then, excuse me, get link URL, within the loop, yes please. Five seconds, that's all you should need. Okay. See what happens. Okay, let's just grab a couple. Grab 3 or 4. Okay. Nothing. We get nada. Voila. 0. Did I? Ah. It would help if I actually put into log that out. Log. Link URL. Okay, let's start that over. Deary me. Okay. What we got? What we got? Same. It's not actually bringing back the actual page with contact on. So for example, let's come up here. Let's just grab that. Oh, no, no, no. Outside of the loop, please. Why hasn't that got it? Actually, that's what I'm going to do, is check. Yeah. Not match. Okay. So what is the current link URL? Yeah, that's what I need. Why you not do that? Right, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going. Start loop. It's not the actual H3s that I want though, is it? Okay. For each one of these, whoa, mousy spinny. Okay. With inside the loop, please. Okay. Link URL. We can change that in a minute. I just want to see if it actually grabs what I'm trying to get. We can leave that in just so we can see what's going on there. And then let's do what we should do. Log out that. The link URL. Thank you. Okay. Get a few of them tucked in. What you saying? Yay, that's better. Okay. So let's get rid of this. How many loops are in the repetition? Okay. So let's clear the log too, so this becomes a bit more clear. No pun intended. Right. Let's come here. So let's go through this a couple of times. Okay, let's see what we've got. There you go. That's what we want. Just some of them just simply don't have the, even though it should bring back only ones that have the contact form in. It'll be handy to see if the ones that don't bring back contact page. Ah, because it's grabbing these as well. Okay, that's easy to sort out. We'll just have something in there that says if the URL does not include the word contact, then to get rid of it. So don't include it. Because that's how we roll. Okay. That'll give me a chance to try out the new stuff, the new ting, the string options on here. Contains. Yeah, okay. So what we could do, let's think this through. So we're going to do a nice little if statement now. I think that's the way forward. So it's doing it for each one. Yeah. So we can work with the string now. Contains. So the string, the link URL, string contains contact. Does it include contact? So then so from this false, good. Does that have it? Nope, false, good. No contact in there, false, good. That should go true now. Yeah, true. See, we were saying like for each one of these, check if the word contact is in this string. So in other words, it is a contact page. If so, this turns true. So then what we can do here is we can do an if statement. We can say if string contains equals true. In other words, if it has the word contact in the URL. Nope. Come on. Come on, Dean. Right, if. And then have an else. That's what I wanted to do. Equals true. Simple as that. So if it does, then what we want to do is scrape URLs and then just the current keyword. We could do that now as well. List of keywords. Should really put that into a variable because it sometimes, okay, we might have to do that in a minute. And then the URL, put the link URL in. Else, like there. Okay, then we want to add a message. This URL had a contact page added to database. Else log. This page did not have a contact form. Moving on. Okay. Lovely. And then it'll go through. So what's happening here is we're starting a loop. It's getting the link for each one of these links on the search. And then it's checking just to make sure it does actually go to the contact page, the URL that we grab, if it finds the word contact in URL, then it will add it to the database. If not, it will just skip it and move on. So we should just have a database full of pages that only have the correct page, which is contact page is what I'm after. So also when it returns, I just want to do a full page load. Otherwise, sometimes it will just carry on before everything's loaded and we won't get all the URLs. Lovely. Else. Okay. So I think I've got everything I need sorted to do a run so we can see if this works out. I'm going to make this bigger. What have I done wrong? Something's not working. Okay. What happened there? Oh, why am I doing that? What is going on? It's a bit strange. Let's have a look. What is your problem, man? Okay. So let's have a look. Google. Why isn't it getting to this section? Why isn't it starting? Starting Google. Starting Google. Okay. Now let's save. Let's run. Starting Google, but not actually going to Google. What's your problem, computer? Let's give it a second. Let's just see if it needs a little bit of breathing time. There. Okay, what is up? Because of the process usage. Not enough system resources. What, to load Google? Really? You sure? Damn, Steam Labs loves the old RAM. Loves it. Okay. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so it should come on here. We're going to make this so it runs at, it types at different speeds. Okay, so let's check this out. So let's have a look at the data that we've got. Okay. Did not have a contact form, moving on. Contact, yes. So it looks like it with the actual output looks correct. But let's have a look to see if it's showing that in the database. Now, okay, keyword to use. Lovely. And then, yay, all these have contact in it. So this is This is correct. I like it. Lovely. So just a sip of the energy drink. Seriously, don't. Hey, yeah, progress on the Reddit bot. The Reddit is due out this Friday. It is not made by it's not being made with Bass and Node.js. It's cloud based now, so you will have a login and you'll be able to do everything that the Bass slash Node.js version could do, but it's all done in the cloud. If you are part of the Discord channel, you will be getting a little freebie, a free test, regardless if you pay for the bot. So you get a free trial. So make sure you are part of the Discord channel if you're not already. Links in the description. Get over there, chat about everything bot. We do some dancing on the table, drink loads of beer, all that kind of thing. So yeah, if you're not already a member of the Discord channel, get over there. Link is in the description. Okay. So yeah, we've got that working. That's fine. That's good. So here's the keyword that we used or typed in. We could make it so we get rid of the in URL part, and that brings back all the pages that have the contact form. That's fine. Me likey, me likey. Okay, let's get this energy drink going. What's the time? 2:34. Okay. So let's go back to our Book of Doom. So scrape with fingerprints. Yes. Check the URL has a form. Should I have that as a separate module, or I could just not have that and then just let us know when it goes to the URL and tries to fill out the form if it was successful or not, and just presume it has a captcha. Interesting. While I think about that, what I'm going to do is have a new form. Form data. Actually, name the first field. And then this is going to be a random string because I want you to be able to produce random data, like random names. So it's not the same all the time. And that is going into its own tab. I said this is going into its own tab. Form data. Sounds good to me. Seriously, don't. That's fine, mate. If I think my spider sensors are telling me you're part of this Discord group already, but if not, just join up, mate. Everyone who is on there will be getting some freebies, some free use of the Reddit bot on the Discord that's cloud based, so you'll be able to check it out for free before you buy anything to make sure it's for you. It's got, I don't know if you had the old Reddit bot that has the same features, so you'll be able to create accounts and upvote, downvote, left vote, right vote, place comments and all that good stuff. So yeah, form data. So then we can have the name, email. We call it my email so we don't get confused with Adam. My email. Random string, so we can use spun text if you don't want to keep it the same data. And then we can go name, email, website address, because some of the forms have where you can put in your own address. And we're going to have it so if these fields aren't available, it's not going to crash the bot or anything. Okay. And then we're going to have a name, email, phone number. And then we are going to say, seriously, don't. Yep, I'm already in the Discord group, and I saw this was talk about the Reddit bot in the group. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk. There was V1, V2. What happened is the Reddit bot, how it was working, but it was getting quite difficult for people to use, meaning that to run it properly, there was a lot of things. Make sure that you didn't get your accounts banned, and the Discord group has a lot of people that are new to software, bots, and this kind of thing. So by having it in the cloud, one, everything's set up by us, so I know what works, and there's options to use our proxies and all sorts of things. So it's like putting stabilizers on. I know that not everyone needs that, but it just has helped. It's just going to help with people that kind of make mistakes when setting up the program, then their accounts are getting banned or they're not able to upvote. So it's also being selfish as well, because it's saving me a lot of work as well. Because yeah, it kind of, the cloud version takes care of any errors that people might be using. So yeah, errors they might be making, not using. Sorry. Website address. This is also going to be random string. Phone number, I mean. So I've got name, email, and that's the basics. I'm only going to be using forms that have that. And of course, what am I talking about? And message. Message to send. Okay, and that's going to be available for spun text as well. So random string. Yeah, okay, that'll do for now. I just wanted to get the form details done. Okay, lovely. Oh, okay, on my mini feed it's saying that, why haven't I got sound for that? Loads of people have been signing up via Facebook, started following the stream 9 minutes ago. Loads and loads of people. Why isn't that shit? I thought that I had it set. By the way, guys, if whoever's watching this, then I've said it 1,000 times already, but this is my first time using Streamlabs. I thought it was supposed to flash up and do all the cool stuff when someone followed and all that kind of thing, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. Alert box. Let's play around with that. Just quickly, sorry guys, shouldn't really be doing this on the feed. Yeah. What's wrong with that then? Okay. No idea. No idea. It's supposed to flash up and say, hey, someone's followed and all that kind of good stuff. So anyone that's a member of the Discord group and has used Streamlabs at all, if you want to message me on there, send me a DM so I can chat to you at some point today. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I can build bots and code in different languages and all that good stuff, but do you think that I can set up Streamlabs properly? Nah, not a chance. I have no idea what's going on. Can you do it? Is there any way to test it? I don't think while you're live you can test anything. Anyway, I'll work that out afterwards. So sorry guys. To Dominic, Joseph, Jason, Abdim, Ivan, Dean. Good name, Dean. I like your name. Dean Hill, Dream Rose. Everyone that's, whoa, so many people. So many people that have followed via Facebook. Thank you guys. I didn't notice. I thought it was supposed to come up and alert me, and image and animation was supposed to show up on the page, and celebrations and all this good stuff. So I didn't realize that you had started following. So please forgive me. I will sort it out for the next stream so everything is working properly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's not showing up and bleeping and doing all that good stuff. Yeah. So once again, anyone that's watching and is part of the Discord stream, or on Facebook, if you're on Facebook and you use Streamlabs, please message me and so I can have a quick chat with you afterwards, because I do not know what I'm doing. Don't know. Okay, so we've got our form for this now. We have okay, so this software is made with Browser Automation Studio, by the way. Links in the description. It's not my software tool, okay? It's not my framework, but it's absolutely free to use. Everything that you see I'm doing now can be used with the free version. There is a paid version. The only thing that comes extra with that is that you can make GUIs, graphical user interfaces, apart from the standard one, and you can protect your bots and use the licensing system. I haven't been drinking, honestly. so you can sell your bots and all that good stuff. Okay, so what do we want to do now? So we've got our URLs. That's nice. Should I have it so it goes and checks? I think it's going to be optional. So we're going to have another. Yeah. I'm going to have it as an optional module. So form data, we need, obviously, this has no name. We're going to call this crab or crab, yeah. Grab URLs. Grab URLs. Okay, so that's names now. Damn, looking at this mini feed, missed so many people following the stream. Sorry guys. Sorry, I will get that taken care of. Okay. Righty ho. So we got that. Let's have an optional module so that we just trying to think this through. Let me go back to our lab work, our little things. Scrape URLs, check URLs has a form. Do we need that? Should I make an optional module for that so that you can, or people can just go straight onto the filling out the form, and then if it has a I need another thing that we need while I'm on the form data, we could have that here is the API. Do we need this here? Yeah, capture API. So what this is, guys, is that we can use third-party services like 2Capture and all this good stuff to be able to fill out captures for us, so that if one appears on the screen, we can have it filled out for us, so we don't have to do it manually. So when you join a service like 2Capture, they'll give you what's called an API key. So you can just whack it in here, and then as you'll see, as we progress and make the bot, we can make it so the software is going to check to see if there is a captcha, and if there is one, then it's going to go ahead and fill that out for us. That's good, isn't it? So there, done. So we've got a captcha. So this is our form. So it's going to use this data to fill out the captcha, the forms on the contact pages. These are spun text available as well, so you can use spun text. So they can be random if you want it random as well. It's good, huh? Okay. So I'm just for now. This could change. I'm gonna have it so I do. Let me just start to slouch in my chair. Bad news. Okay. Have a sip of the old energy drink. Okay. So we're going to have use page checker. Also, guys, when I do bots like this, like I just think of the first name that comes into my head for different modules. These can be changed as you kind of go over your bot and you do your checks. So this is going to be a select, and then we're going to say checkbox. Zen Camping. I think I'm saying your username right. Hello, mate. Thanks for joining the stream. Just if you've just joined us, I think. So yeah, we're just making a bot that fills out contact forms, so you can give it a list of URLs. In fact, no. First module scrapes URLs, giving it a list of keywords. Then it's going to go to each one of the pages and be able to fill out the contact form and beat reCAPTCHA. Of course, this is to only be used with people you have permission to contact them. So if you have a email list for your, so you have a mailing list and you can't contact them, then this would be the second way to be able to contact them. This is also going to grab social media details. At the moment, just Facebook, if they have it on the contact page, and also an email address if they have it on there. And also I'm going to add phone number. I forgot to add that. Okay. So check. But yes. So that's going to be the only option to say if you're going to use that module. And then Let's move that over. Give it its own little module. Check page. Check pages, huh? Okay. So what is this going to do? It's going to go to each one of these URLs. It's going to check to make sure it has a form. And then it's going to check to see if it has a reCAPTCHA. And then it's going to update the database. Because if we go to the database, for this one, we has form, has CAPTCHA. So we already made it so it inputs the keyword that it is found to scrape. And then the URL. Okay. So then we can, this section can fill this out. And I've made this a separate module. So it's optional because some people will just want to go in there and fill out the forms. And then if it succeeds, then it can say it did. If not, like the page didn't have a form, then it will just move on to the next one. So it's going to be an optional thing. Okay. Let's get it. So use page checker. So this needs to, because we might use, this might develop into quite a big bot later down the line with different features, so I'm thinking ahead. Database to use. Okay. So okay, Zin, I just saw your message. I'll answer you in a sec. I'm just gonna get through this. I'm getting old, so if I don't go through with things, then I'll forget what I'm doing. So yeah, like I just did. In fact, database to use. Oh, what's wrong with me? Nearly 40, and I can just about remember my name. Okay, so that's fine. Database to use. So now let's go to record, and then we're gonna create a function, so that we can separate this. So you can see how functions work. If you don't know, then you can get to know. So all this is good, but I'm going to create a function. So I've just clicked on main, plus, and then change the name to check pages. Okay. Save changes. So now we've got like a separate section, and you'll see how we get to that in a second. In fact, no, I'm going to do it now. So here, just going to go to script and then call function in several threads. What function do I want to call? Check pages, the one that we just made. And I'll adjust all this in a second. Then what I need to do is put it in an if statement. So if use page checker equals yes. So if that, in other words, if that checkbox is checked, what I mean by that is just here where we did the page check pages, we made use page checker and we did a checkbox. So if that checkbox is checked, in other words, then call this function. If it's not checked, then it's going to go on and do all this instead. We should really put this in a function, which we're going to do later on. Keep everything neat and tidy. So yeah. So call function. So if that is checked, it's going to go to here. And then what will happen is it will call the function. So it will do anything that's in here. Just going to check what's being said. Let's close to block it. They don't work it either. Do you know what's in? I'm going to have to look into that myself. I've never used the... When you say the ad blocking plugin, do you mean you've used an extension, or do you mean that you're just blocking ads via BAS? If I can find it myself. There's an actual section to block ads. What am I doing? Or do you mean that you're using extension, add block extension here? Or do you mean you are using the, uh, where is it? Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Somewhere there's an option to, I think it might be in the network section. No, not network. The thing section. Where is it? Yeah, network. Restrict, allow pop-ups. I could just do that instead. Restrict pop-ups. There is one that blocks, oh, I hate it when you know something's there, but you can't find it. So annoying. There is a section where you can implicitly block ads. Is that what you mean, or are you blocking it via the extension? Once I know that, then I can maybe impart a few words of wisdom. Okay, so we are on the... Okay, so once we're here, what we want to do, first of all, let's come out of here, let's save, and on this section, put how many threads to run, or how many sites to check at the same time. How many threads? Page. How many page checker? Because we might use threading with the other thing. So page checker threads. And then that's going to be a fixed integer. It's fine. We could have error handling by fails allowed. How many page checker fails allowed? Okay. And then threads, and then how many pages to check? That could be a fixed integer as well. Put that up. Okay. So save. In fact, how many fails are allowed as well? Let's put it to stupid o'clock numbers. How many threads? Well, we're not going to run more than 100. It's going to be browser based. So that would have to be a powerful ass server to be able to run more than that. Okay. So now what we can do is that we can change these numbers, basically. So how many threads to run, we can change this to the resources. How many threads? How many successes? In other words, how many pages to check? How many fails are allowed? Just change that to the one that we made. How many fails are allowed? There you go. We're good to go. Lovely. So then let's go on to the function. Nope. Let's go on to the function. Check pages. So we want to do pass lines depreciated now, isn't it? Pass CSV, okay. So what we want to do is let's get the database to use. I didn't want to do that. Okay, it's going to come out as a comma. I'll tell you what I'm doing in a sec, guys, with this. So I'm going to uncheck the box so the data is a new line every time. And then database to use, comma. And then the data that we're going to get back is... Goodness, I'm getting old. Can't. It's keyword use URL as form. Okay. It's only going to be the first two. Keyword use and URL to start with. So keyword used and then URL. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to the database and then passing each line of the database. So just say we scraped 100 URLs, then it's going to take each one of these, and I'm going to put this in for I could actually do it for each instead. Anyway, I'm going to take the line, I'm going to take the URL, and then we're going to go to that URL. And then we can see if we're going to check to see if there's a reCAPTCHA. And if it has, then we're going to put a sip of energy drink. I'm just going to check. I'm going to press this button on Streamlabs and see what's... so I don't know what I'm doing. Streamlabs, first time using this bad boy. Okay. Everything seems to be recording, hopefully. Let's see. Let's check to make sure everything looks good. There's options here to check your feed, so I'm just doing that, guys. Again, anyone on who's part of my Discord channel watching or on Facebook, message me if you use Streamlabs. I've got some questions because I have not got a clue what I'm doing. Okay, yep, that looks all good. Okay, starting to get... See, what is happening is it's... Right, right. URL's blank, and then the whole keyword used is that. I wonder if... Supposed to use. All good. I don't like it. Yeah, I could. I mean, just for argument's sake, I could just put everything into a list. Okay. I don't care that you're depreciated, mate. It's still working for now. Let's see the difference. Keyword used and then URL. I could just put everything into a list. That would be the easiest way. And then from that list, that would work. But anywho, I want to see if this still works. Database to use. Okay, just like that. Let's go. URL, yeah. I don't care you're depreciated. You're doing the job for now. I have to change that over, make this into a list though. Okay, that's fine. There you go. So we're going to go to the URL. So we're grabbing the... Oh, dearie me. Okay. Grabbing the URL one by one. And then we are going to check to see if it has a form. And then it will go to the next one. It's going to do the same. And so on and so forth. Let's check. Right, this one also has... This is a good page to land on because this also has the other data that we want to grab. Yeah, but for now we just want to check to see if it's got a form and a CAPTCHA. I want to find one that has a CAPTCHA because yeah, we can't check to see if this one has a CAPTCHA until we find one with a CAPTCHA. So what I'm going to do to check if it has a form is simply check for the name field. So I'm going to say, does element exist? By name, so I'm going to do match. Oh, it's a WordPress form. See, I'm going to have to run different checks because different sites are going to have different setups. So this is going to start turning into a this is going to get more advanced. Does it have a Texas name? Oops. Name. Yes, it does have name. Obviously there and the actual field. Your name. Yeah, that's free. So let me just get some information. Let's have a look here. Inspect in development tools. Page. Because most contact forms, even if obviously they have different IDs and stuff like that, but normally the text, the field name will be name or include the word name in it for sure. Right, yo, let's have a look. Ah, okay. So match name. So I'm going to run through a couple of these just because different sites are going to have different stuff. So I have to expand on this as we go on. Never going to catch them all, but the more we can, the better. For instance, yeah, your name is going to be a big one. So for instance, if we just put let's get rid of some of this as well. Yeah. So we could check to see if multiple. Okay, I want to put that in so we're getting the different variations. Let's check a few sites. Not the most fun work, but obviously the more different variations that we capture and can check, the more chance we are uh, going to be able to have to fill out as many forms successfully as possible. Because the problem that we're going to have here is obviously different sites will have different field names, different some will be built on WordPress, some won't. So there will be different match types, but most of them for name of field is name or your name is on the page. So there'll only be a few different types. Hopefully, we'll see. Okay then, so let's. And also, did this have capture? No. I want to find one that has capture. Okay, so we're just grabbing details, expanding on what we've got here. Oh my god, again, I don't know anything about Streamlabs. To all the other guys that are following on Facebook, thanks a lot. Yeah, lots of you had pressed the follow button on there. It's supposed to show up on the page like a animation supposed to come up, so I don't know how that works. So I wasn't notified. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So this one, a name again. Ah, this one has capture. Brilliant. Okay, first let's handle this whole name thing. So is exist. Okay. We know it's a text, obviously. What about name? 5. 5, you say? Okay. meant name. 5. Name. Okay, so all the field. Right, right. As long as there's a name field and it's an actual field, then that's all we care about. If there's fields, there's a form, isn't it? So, okay, so we could just check for them and be quite sure that there's a field there. Need to think about this. Let me just inspect. We have the reCAPTCHA. That's the thing that I definitely want to check. In fact, I'm going to do that now while I remember. Oh God, how have I highlighted everything here? I didn't want to do that. Okay. Is exist. One that's definitely going to be there. Okay, so this one, GCAPTCHA, because this has got the child. Oh, this has as well. Okay, let's look at match. Let's have title reCAPTCHA. We can get rid of all that. Just as long as it has a reCAPTCHA, that's all we care. We're not trying to fill it out with this section. So, okay. Okay, so if it has either of these, it's fine. So, and this is, we've named this different. So, let's do if. Now we need to change this. Exists name 1. Okay. All the stuff I'm doing like this, it is the first thing off the top of my head. This is going to be refined as we go on. Name 2. Okay, so long as one of them. Hi Daniel, thanks for joining the feed, mate. I've just seen your question. I'm just gonna finish this bit and then I will get to your question. So just hang on there, mate. Give me 5 minutes and I'll take a look at your question. I just saw it pop up. I'll take care of it in a sec, mate. Okay. Also, guys, just a note: anyone that donates on this stream, whatever the amount donated, link is in the description. Will get access to the course out on the 8th, which is the Browser Automation Studio course. It's the new one, so yeah, just for this stream. Mainly because this is my first time using Streamlabs and I don't know how the tips thing works. So anyone that donates on the stream will get the new course, which will be $30 for whatever they donate. And you get access to the support section on the Discord channel and the bot vault that has all the scripts. And this script is going to be included in there when it's done. So just want to make that point. Yeah, also, if you do donate, please either via Discord, email, or carrier pigeon, make sure you tell me your email address so I can send you the course when it's available as well. All the links are in the description anyway, wherever you're watching this. So let me just bang on. So yeah. So if either of these is true, this isn't what I'm about to do is definitely not the. We're going to refine this for sure. We could say, or I think we can do or like in programming here. Okay, just for now, we're just gonna say equals. This is not good practice. This isn't the best way, guys. We will refine this. I just want to get this working, and then we're obviously going to go over the script quite a few times. If it's true, then Okay, and also let's just get the other if statements here. What's that one that we just did? Number 1, number 2 equals true. Okay, so for these two, if either of these equal true, then database, update the record. It's always on the current record that you're on. So when we've passed the line here, has form, and put yes. So in other words, if either of them two items that we created to find this name section is there, does exist, either types that we found, and we're going to add more and change it around as we go, then update the database, and so yeah, there is a form on here. It's correct. There is a form. Then also for the last section here, we want to say if again, if, what did we call it? We called it is cap exist. So in other words, if there is a captcha on the page, then what we want to do is update the database again. Move this down so you can see database, and then do the thing. Update record as captcha. Yes. Okay, also let's just do log out so that becomes clear. This page, oh wait there, let's include the URL. So let's say this URL, the one that we're on, has a form. Just to, so we can see it logging out as well as a form. So let's put that there as well. And then for here, say log URL. So the URL that we're on has a captcha. Okay, so we'll test that in a sec. Save all this. What happened? Why are you bleeping at me? There we go. Okay, swig of energy drink. Let's get back to Daniel. Counts. Not sure if there is a residential IP provider we can choose. Was going smoothly until I read out the second comment. Okay, so hopefully you've caught up now. Basically, I would use a 4G proxy. You normally pay per port, which means that you basically one thread add and your IP would be different. I would also, if you're doing this with BAS, I would have a for that account, and then you'd be good to go. I think that would be it. Also, most sites can't really ban 4G proxies because you might be using that IP address 1 minute, and then your grandma, someone's grandma down the street might be using the same IP 10 minutes later to check her emails or Facebook. So by banning that IP, they'd be banning a lot of users. So normally you're really safe. Now it's working again. Okay, hopefully when you say that the stream is cutting out, hopefully you're just lagging behind the stream, so hopefully it'll catch up. So I'll check the messages in a second. So let's run what we've got so far and see if it's working at all. First, let's check the database. See, it said yes and has captured yes. Because that done it while we were playing with it. So let's get rid of that to make sure it works in a real life situation. Okay. Page checker, but yes. And let's, how many pages to check? How many did we have in the database? I don't know. Let's put 20. Fails allowed 5. How many? Oh, how many threads? Oops, 1. How many pages to check? If we get any results. Hopefully we're good. I should give it a timeout limit as well because happen as well because the internet must be. Ah, there you go. It has got a form, so no captcha. So let's make sure that that actually follows suit. It said it failed. It didn't load it in time. We can change the amount of time given. Yeah, that explains the lag on the stream as well. It's taken a long time to load the page. Ah, it's loading the same page again. Ah, because it failed. We are gonna have to make some changes here already. Okay, I'm gonna stop the bot here because there's definitely some changes I need to make before we even worry about this anyway. Okay, so let's go back on. Dear me. Just noticed something as well. Okay. URL. Load. This would obviously be running on a server too, not my local computer. Sometimes we get the slow ting, cut out all this kind of. Okay. Hopefully you're caught up now, Daniel. Just see. There you go. Contact has a form. There you go. But no capture, which is correct. Nice. Next one. Right, it's reloading the same page over and over again though. Unless we had this twice in the... We also need to get rid of duplicates when it scrapes a list, because in case that was the issue, let's have a look. Or is it a case of it's just scraping, it's just going over the same contact form? Let's have a look. Nope, it's fine. We just had it scraped twice. There you go, has a form. Great. Isn't a 4G IP, otherwise you probably would have mentioned this. True, and also if you use the fingerprint switcher on Bash, you can use mobile fingerprints as well. So you could use a mobile fingerprint, use a 4G, and as if it's suspicious, every site is different. It just depends on what. Test out to see how easily you can do what I just said. Use a 4G proxy, just try and work it with that. Do you need to use fingerprinting? If so, use that layer. Do you need to use extra stuff like human emulation too? Add that. You just have to add layers and layers and see what works with that particular site. Here we go, guys. Look, we can see it's working through. It tells us which one has a form and a capture. So I'm going to stop the bot there because it's taken a while. We want to use this on a VPS and multiple threads. Otherwise, we'll be here till Christmas. So let's look at the database. There you go. Let's just check. Why are we doing this? Well, before we use the module to actually fill out the forms, what we could do is that we could add filter. Let's just say we wanted to get rid of the ones that say has capture, and then we could have contains yes. Okay, then it just shows us the one that has captures. Or you could do it the other way around, which would obviously show the ones without captures. So if you just wanted to fill out forms on the sites that don't have a capture. So yeah, so we've got that down. It's a bit slow at the moment. We can do stuff to get rid of the images to make it faster. For me, if you're going to put up ads on a site like Craigslist, then I would use 4G and then just see if you can get away with just that. And then if that works, all good. If not, then I would add fingerprinting if you're using BAS, and then human emulation as well. So just see how easily you can fly under their radar, and yeah, add. Obviously, you want it to be as straightforward as possible. So just try with the proxies. If you have to use fingerprinting, use desktop fingerprints, and then if not, then try with the mobile fingerprints, and so on and so forth, and see how easily you can beat them. Okay, guys, I am just going to run over everything, then I am going to move on with the stream. So yeah, let's have a look. What we got? What have we got? So basically, we have a section that can go and get our URLs, and we can use footprints so that hopefully we are getting URLs that definitely at least have a checker that can go out and check and see if that particular page has a form that could be filled out, and if it has a recapture. We have a database in place, so all them details at the page and checks, and then does it have a capture? So then later on we could filter these to only use particular URLs that match what we want. So that's how we've got. I was going to go into doing some other bots in the stream. We've run out of time. I started a bit late. It's 3:30 in the morning. However, I also will be going on to the Reddit bot. Now, I don't want you to be confused. That's not the Reddit bot that's going to be for sale for everyone. It's a mass DM bot that I'm doing. People to make comments in a list of subreddits, and then when they make a comment, then it's going to go out and DM for anyone to make a comment in the dirt bike subreddits, and then send them a DM, maybe with your link to your social media or a link, username, and their the comment that they made, so you don't look like a bot. So that's going to be covered in this stream tomorrow. We're going to continue on with this bot, the form empire, and also I'll be answering any more questions. Guys, if you donate on this stream, the link's in the description, you will be given access to the course that's out on the 8th, the Browser Automation Studio. Also, you get access to the support section. It's more to see how this whole donation thing works with Streamlabs. Thank you to everyone that's joined the stream, regardless if it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Okay, please subscribe, please like this, please follow whatever else is done on this Streamlabs. If you use Streamlabs and you're on the Discord group, then or you're on my Facebook or whatever the case, please reach out to me. I have a few questions about how this thing works. It's my first time using Streamlabs. And also, if you're not already a member of the Discord group, make sure you're on there, or the Facebook group. All the links are in the description. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Thanks to everyone that's followed and liked and subscribed and all that kind of thing. It's showing up here on the mini feed, but it's supposed to like do an animations and pop up when somebody's followed and all that good stuff, but it doesn't seem to be working from what I can see. Yeah, so make sure you join tomorrow. I'm going to